Hi everyone, welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name is David. This channel is Damar's Coaching. I do these videos every single Monday. I'm putting this one out today, Tuesday, because I had something come up over the weekend and I could not get the video done yesterday. I hope everybody's okay. I know people have already checked on me to see if I'm okay. That's very sweet of all of you. Thank you very much. I'm great. So let's get into the video. First, I like to start by telling everybody, please ask questions. Ask me anything you want. It doesn't matter. There's no bad questions, no stupid questions. Repetitive questions are great. That's it. Let me know what you think of my answers. And if you haven't already, please consider supporting a petition I started called Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. The link is right down below in the description box, and it's also down in the comment section. It's global. I'd appreciate all of you to just follow the link and tap that you support it. That's all you have to do. Thank you very much. And if you guys ask me questions, please tell me your name. I'm sorry, your location. Let us know where you're at, okay? So first question is from Rory in sunny Ohio. Hello, Rory. Where we are in a drought. Yeah, it'll rain. When you say to step out of the relationship and get help, do you mean quit trying to fix them? Quit trying to find the right words to say to them so they won't explode? Quit trying to appease them? Quit thinking if you only did this or said that differently, they would see the light and finally understand? Yes, that's what I'm saying, Rory. There is no peace with them, no really caring for you. They could care less what we think. Get help. Thank you, David. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you, Rory. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I wrote here, people in unhealthy relationships tend to keep it a secret. They tend to not tell people. They tend to cover it, hide it. If two people can't fix a relationship, then I recommend stepping outside of it for help. So everybody's got problems. People, we have problems, don't we? And we may not be able to fix all of them. And then what can we do? Nothing, right? We're just stuck with ourselves, so we have to accept that. And in relationships, we will always have problems. There will always be some problem that arises in all of your relationships, and we need to fix those. Those we are not stuck in. We are not stuck with people. We're not stuck in relationships. We have problems. We need to fix them. We don't just accept problems in relationships at all. Immediately your self-respect goes down, your self-worth, your self-esteem all go down. Problems means neglect. Problems means stress. Stress kills. That simple. Okay? So if you find yourself in a relationship with a problem that you guys cannot fix, if you don't want to just give up on the relationship and walk away and quit, if you want to keep working on it, step outside and start asking somebody else for help. Start asking a counselor, a therapist. Sometimes couples counseling isn't always the best idea. You might need to go talk to someone first. I hear it all the time. People that are in massively abusive relationships think that they just need to go to couples counseling. No. Once someone's abusing you, that's it. The relationship is over. We don't fix that. Abuse is the worst form of dehumanization. And when someone has dehumanized you and has placed you as an object, that's it. They don't just humanize you again. Okay? It's gone. It's spoiled. It's over. All right? So get help. Step outside. Tell people. That's what we need to do. And I know that when we're in abusive relationships, neglectful relationships, codependent relationships, we don't want to do that. We don't want the truth. We don't want to fix this or change this or help this. And you have that right. You can stay if you want, but it can't ever get better. It never does. You can look it up. Every abusive relationship always gets worse. It doesn't matter how long of a break you take. Doesn't matter if you go to therapy. Doesn't matter. And that's where I stand. So if someone wants to, I've never seen anything different. Someone wants to show me how their husband used to abuse them and beat them up and cheat on them and lie to them, and now they're great. I'd love to see it because I've never even heard of that. Okay? That's what I mean, Rory. Thank you. Sarah from Wisconsin. Hi, Sarah. Please tell us the diagnosis of people who steal other people's lunches from the work fridge. Thank you. Well, I can't diagnose people. I'm not even a therapist, just a professional coach. And there is no single diagnosis for a single behavior, I don't think. But someone who steals, that could be something that I can only think the only symptom or trait of some mental illness I can think of stealing would be antisocial, right? But anyway, you can't just look at a single behavior and say, oh, they have some mental illness. What I see with people like this, I see the bully. Not only do they not respect other people and their food, their lunch, their time, their space, stuff like this, but they bully. They tend to bully and pick on people. You're beneath me. I can do what I want with you. Yeah, especially someone who does this continuously. But there's no mental diagnosis for something like that. If you want to ask me something more specific or something, please do. Thank you. Sorry they're taking your lunch. I wrote in the comments maybe you should pack one lunch full of X-Lax and just leave it in there. Write your name on it so it's not, your fault. You just tell them you like X-Lax every day. Just leave it in there until it's gone. Then you might even know who's taking it. Hey, David Ben, again from Florida. Hi, Ben. Thank you for your sound advice. You're welcome. Thank you. I've started looking for another job aggressively. Good. Due to not making enough to eat or clean my clothes. My boss has tried to get me to move into a halfway house due to my financial situation, and I told her I'm not a hardcore drug addict or a felon. I just need to make more money. She kind of dismissed my needs. Beware of anybody who tells you what to do. Okay? Especially if they give you advice that you didn't ask for. Yeah. I spend 6 days a week with her plus church. It's enmeshment and it's gross and needs to end, and I have to be fake at church just to keep my current job. I'm about to break down and lose it. Sorry, Ben. Thank you, David. Nothing more awkward than your boss trying to be close to you while telling her husband all my personal issues, as well as her telling me all her husband's personal issues. Gross. Jesus. I keep running into women like this. They're all over South Florida, and it's gross. Well, toxic people are everywhere, Ben. Yeah. You have a good attitude. It's good that you can identify this. It's good that it feels gross. It's good that it feels gross. Yeah. A lot of you guys got into trouble because you were doing gross things with gross people and it didn't feel gross. You'll be okay, Ben. Looks like you know the first steps. Better job, better home. Good luck. Curiosity Vault channel. Let us know where you're from next time if you can. Hey, Coach, wondering if you can answer whether or not mood stabilizers are at all effective in the petulant type of BPD sufferer. For someone with high constant irritability and occasional BPD rage outbursts, would they be at all effective? And if so, by how much? Mild, moderate, barely noticeable. So, when it comes to drugs, everybody reacts differently, right? Everybody's different. Everyone's got a different brain. It can help. It does tend to help. It does tend to help. It can help with anxiety. It can help with depression. The problem with people that have illness like this very much have experienced lots of trauma. Trauma is something that can keep someone from reacting to mood stabilizers, like antidepressants, stuff like that. What's it called? Can't think of the word, but the receptors, that's the word I was looking for. The receptors in our brain tend to be damaged from trauma. And I just see so often my clients, hundreds that I've helped with over the years, so many of them have been prescribed these mood stabilizers, and they're really reacting to trauma at the time, and they don't notice a difference at all. And they don't notice a difference when they stop taking them, which is remarkable. Most people that take mood stabilizers react right away, and stop taking them react very, very much so. But nothing. So it's telling me they're not working, and I looked into it, and that's why. Receptors are damaged from trauma, so they may not work. But professionals do get results with people with this illness with mood stabilizers. They tend to help. There's also another underlying problem, though, is people with this disorder need to have that close relationship with themselves. They need to have self-awareness. They need to know how they feel. They need to be able to comfort themselves and make themselves feel better. So this is not a cure at all. It's a temporary thing. If I get a client who is just feeling so badly, and some of the things, talking to me isn't making it all better, and some of the exercises I have, some of the supplements, maybe they need to take something like this for a short while. But to take medications in psychology and not have therapy can be damaging, and it happens so often, and they end up even maybe abusing the drugs or stop taking them. But they can help. Yes, very much so they can. But like I said, we all react differently. Let me know if I answered your question. Thank you. And David Radazuner, 8732. Let us know where your location is, please, next time, David. Thank you. I dated a woman who has bipolar, for sure, possibly borderline, a teacher's assistant, but with a degree in psychology. Is that to understand their disorder or hide the symptoms or both? Thanks, David. I'm not going to claim I know, but I think you're replying to something I said in the video, where I have it's unbelievable how many people I'm aware of are so toxic, especially women, and they get into psychology. It's unbelievable, and it's a phenomenon. It's something going on there, and I just think that most of it, when I hear about this, because these people are not getting the help they need, they never did, they're in denial, nope, nothing's wrong with me, and they're just volatilely toxic. I mean, it's just obvious. And they don't want to get help. They don't want to look at themselves. And, just like a codependent behaviors, codependency is just behaviors. And a very common behavior is, I can't manage my life, I want to manage yours. I'll constantly tell you what you should do and help you and do all this. Maybe you try to do that to me, but we never really fix anything. So I think that it's something along the lines of that might be subconscious, very, consciousness is an iceberg. So I think that there's some consciousness, but I think it's very much subconscious, that people that are so toxic that feel like they can't get better, there's no help for them, they don't even want to look at themselves, it causes shame and makes them feel bad, just look at themselves. I think that it's easier for them to get into the field of this and help someone else means that I'm okay. If I surround myself with people that all need help and are worse than me, I feel better about myself. If I can somehow manage somebody else's life, I can feel like I'm managing mine, because now I'm managing a part of my life. Yeah? Very common for people with borderline have eating disorders. Something I can control. I can control the amount of food that comes in and comes out. Yeah? There's all kinds of these things that people with this kind of, problems, they'll try to find other ways to feel like they're in control of something in their life. I think that's what's going on. I think it's very common for people to be very sick, and instead of trying to get better, they try to help other people get better. There's a saying, we can heal together, and that's true. It's you've got a family member that passed. It's a good time for the family to come together and be there for each other and heal better. I think there's an element of that. Yeah, for sure. It's sad. It's sad. People go and get professional help, mental, emotional help. It's usually the last resort. There's really nothing else except go to someone else. And if somebody doesn't know how to help themselves, I don't see how they can help other people when they're that bad. And we're not all here to be perfect. I don't expect anybody that helps someone else to be perfect. But my God, stable. Because I'm telling you, I know of a ton of therapists, psychologists, and stuff that shouldn't be anywhere near someone else talking about anything about their life, their mental. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. And the most common I hear is they become child psychologists, which is just awful. And I hear about a lot of bad stories. Hope I answered your question. I think it's a subconscious thing, mostly subconscious. And, I want to, I can't manage, function properly in my life. I can start helping others and be a member of society and feel like I'm competent, needed, healthier. What do you guys think? Why do so many toxic people get into this field? It's interesting, and it tends to be very interesting to people who have psychological problems or have grown up with people that have them in their family. Sometimes we're just trying to understand our life more. That's why it's interesting. Lilkos 1990. I live in Greece. Hello. My boyfriend, when angry, tells me repeatedly that he goes out at night to bars to meet other women while we were together, and he would like to have sex with them, but he's so insecure and they see it, and that's the reason he hasn't done anything. He has also told me that he gave his number to more than 10 women while he was in a relationship with me just to hurt me. Does it sound like BPD? Also, the emotional and psychological abuse that I've been through is extreme. I'm sorry. I'm glad that you're talking about this in the past tense, and I hope this relationship is over, because we don't fix things like that in relationships. That's not a relationship problem. That's a self problem that he has that's going to ruin every relationship he has. And again, we don't look at single behaviors and know what someone's mental illness is. And I can't diagnose anybody, so I don't do that. I stay away from that. What you can do is, I am working on, I got one video left in a series of videos about borderline personality disorder and each diagnostic trait in the DSM. So I've made 8. I'm going to make another one tomorrow, something like that, and be done with it. And I put it in a playlist. There's 8 already. You need 5 out of 9 to have the disorder. So I made a video for each one. That should really help people with this, because I know this is something that a lot of you guys struggle with. So you can go do that, Lilkos, okay? Go watch those videos, and maybe you can decide for yourself. But I don't really, it wouldn't do any good. You could ask the best professional in the world, and if they read this question, they're not going to tell you, like, diagnose someone. It's just, you can take any diagnostic trait, you know. Narcissist has extreme grandiosity, right? But if you came to me and said, someone I know is extremely grandiose, are they a narcissist? I don't know. Do they meet at least, what, 4 other traits, criteria? It's a spectrum. We're all a little grandiose, maybe. We're all a little entitled, maybe. You know, you can be lacking empathy, doesn't mean you're a narcissist. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Thank you. Rodriguez, the family, healing family from California. Hello. As you remember, awful ex-fiancé and toxic family upbringing he grew up in. Yeah, your ex grew up in a toxic family. You think the whole family's mentally ill. And like you mentioned in other videos, how BPD and other illnesses start in womb, infant, childhood trauma. Totally agree. This is another example of ex-fiancé's sister that would shake newborns upside down, like I shared in your last video. Like 2 years ago, ex-fiancé had shared with me that his sister was pregnant, almost due, and she started punching her stomach and yelling at her unborn baby inside her womb, calling the baby awful names and telling her to stop kicking because it was hurting her. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. No wonder it could start in the womb. I would tell him to call the cops, but I think he was afraid of his toxic family. They must all be sick. What do you think of this? What are your thoughts? Same as you. Disgusting, awful, sick, gross, horrible, evil, nasty, bad, should be in prison, shouldn't be allowed anywhere near children. Just like all you guys watching, same thing. I don't know if you wanted something else from me about that, but pretty bad. I gave you an answer, and I thought I screenshot it. I was going to read it. I mean, oh, that's right. You said that I said that a certain disorder starts in the womb. No, I say that borderline personality disorder, it kind of starts at birth. I mean, it starts that young, and you know, mothers rejecting their babies. Right? We still don't understand that yet. It's pretty obvious that this woman is going to reject her baby, where there's no healthy bonding, no healthy mirroring, no healthy attachments, nothing. Nothing. This baby's screwed. Already. It's going to need a ton of therapy to try to be a normal functioning human being. This is going to cause, right away, they're going to be real prone to autoimmune diseases, ADD, ADHD, anxiety the rest of their life, depression, hinder development, may not develop empathy, things like this. Awful. That's what I think. If you had something more specific to ask me, please do. Thanks. And Rose from the United Kingdom. Hello, Rose. I agree with your answers. And he doesn't like change, but I still feel like the bad one. Why, Rose? Why do you feel like the bad one? You're not sure? Just feel bad? That's what happens when we feel bad long enough, Rose. That's it. If you feel bad every day, you're going to feel like a bad person. Isn't that weird? It's like guilt is I did a bad thing. Yeah. And that can be very, I could acknowledge that I did a bad thing. Someone else can acknowledge that I did a bad thing. That was wrong. Right. But if I don't know what I did, or someone just tells me I'm a bad person, that's shame. Maybe, Rose, you feel bad every day, but you don't know why. And now you think you're a bad person. How can you stop that, Rose? You think you can stop that by controlling your husband or waiting for him or something? Nope. This will continue forever as long as you allow it. You're going to feel bad every day, and it's going to make you feel like a bad person, and you're not going to be able to counter that with someone that keeps making you feel like a bad person. Okay? I've noticed he will talk to a relative and be noting but complimentary about me. I'm almost perfect, but it takes that one thing I say that he doesn't like, then I'm the worst. Splitting. Black and white thinking. Instantly. Boom, 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 boom. He always tells me I'm a woman hater. That's projection. He obviously hates women. He abuses his wife. If I say anything negative about a woman, over the years, he talks to me. He will point out some strangers in there and their imperfections. It's because he is so insecure and feels so inadequate. He has to try to up himself by knocking others down around him. He can't accept other people's imperfections because he can't accept his own. Here, they point out some strangers, their imperfections, hair, eyebrows, weight. Even has said some people that pass up our road are subhuman. Okay, when we think that some people are subhuman, then they're going to think that you are subhuman. Okay? But still, it makes you feel to blame, feel paranoid. Yeah, he doesn't make you feel secure. He doesn't reassure you. He's so unstable, you never know what's going to happen next. He can treat you so well, but I'm aware I don't feel relaxed with him treating me well and being nice. I don't know why. Then again, I think he's picking up on that feeling, so I feel to blame, which causes overthinking. All sound crazy, but just explaining it. You feel crazy. Yeah. Who cares how it sounds? You feel crazy. What are you going to do about it, Rose? Nothing. Sad. Unstable. Up and down. All over the place. Makes you unstable. Now you have anxiety. You have self-doubt. This causes depression. Yeah. I'm sorry, Rose. Do you have a plan or anything? Do you know what you're going to do about this? I'd love to hear. I really would. Let me know if there's anything you feel like you're doing. If you want any advice or anything, let me know, okay? Okay. Good luck, Rose. And Truth 8497 says, thank you for your kind, empathetic replies. It feels nice hearing your voice. Thank you very much. Good to see you again. You've been around for a long time with us. Thank you. And Betsy from Mexico, it's so good to see you again. It's been a long time. God, I don't even remember the last time I've seen you. It's been a long time. You've been around for years on this channel. Hola, David. I'm sadly sending this video to my sister. I'm still watching your videos, healing every day. I will never end to thank you for what you do for us. I remember your first videos. I know you do. I'm sorry your sister must not be doing very good, feeling very good, treating you very good, something like that. So you're sending her this video. I hope she watches it. Tell her to ask questions if she wants any help. And that's it, guys. That's all the questions. We need more questions. Please ask. Ask anything you want. I'll answer it in the next video. Please come back and tell me what you think of my answer. Keep the question going. If I didn't understand it, if I missed it, please ask me again. It's not on purpose. It happens sometimes. Let me know. Let me know what you guys are thinking, how you're feeling. I'm sure I can maybe help you understand some things. I can also maybe give some advice on how to make things better. But that's it for this week. Thank you very much. Thanks for being patient and waiting till today for the Q&A, the Monday's Q&A. That's a day late on Tuesday. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being concerned. Love yourself first. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.